Hey guys, this is Joy back again with another video, and I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. It means a lot. I appreciate all of the likes, the comments, the shares, and the subscribes. And I just wanted to let you guys know I got a lot of comments recently on a couple of my videos, and I will be responding to those and making a video. And this gentleman just emailed me a question, so I'm going to be making a video about that. I actually might do that right after this video. But welcome to my channel. This channel is called Joy Larkin 12. It's all about inspiring and motivating you guys to live your best life, to step outside of that box that we're so programmed to live in, and just be your best self. Be comfortable with being you and accept yourself, love yourself, honor yourself. I'm still learning to do that. It's definitely been a journey and a process, but I'm getting through it, God willing. And so for those of you that don't know, I am a coach for narcissistic abuse. I've been abused by my aunt for 5 years while I was living with her, and I dated 2 narcissists. So I definitely have a lot of experience dealing with narcissists. I'm 28 years old. I am from Delaware. I was born and raised in Delaware. I moved to Los Angeles, which is when I was living with my aunt. When I was 17 years old, I moved there. And I'm currently in Montego Bay, Jamaica, which I'm really liking it. It's a really interesting experience. It's something that I'm getting adjusted to. I've never lived out of the country, so it's definitely something that's exciting for me. And I also want to let you guys know that I do offer coaching services. So if you wanted to book a coaching session, go ahead and email me at livenarcfree9@gmail.com. And once you email me, I'll tell you what you need to do from there. So let's get into the message. Let's see here. Oh, and I will let you guys know that I'll leave my PayPal link below if you guys want to donate to my channel. To just keep me going with these videos and keep me inspired and motivated. You're more than welcome to send a donation, and I'll leave that link below as well. So this is going to be called, the name of this video is Narcissists and Narcissistic Injury, or just narcissistic injury in general. So what is a narcissistic injury? It's basically when you do something that, I guess, invalidates the narcissist's ego. Like let's say you check them when they are abusing you, or they accuse you of doing something that they're doing, like maybe lying, cheating, or stealing. Then you stand up for yourself and you say, hey, no, that was you, or I didn't do that. I don't know where you got that from, something like that. So it's basically when you challenge like what they are saying to you. You don't just like go with it. You know what I mean? It's like it so-called bruises them, because you guys know that a way that you can tell someone is a narcissist is that they're easily like they get offended easily. They're very they have a fragile ego. So if you say something to them that they don't like or whatever, then they can just immediately get pissed off or whatever, So, and I actually remember, and I didn't know this at the time, like the first narcissist that I dated, I guess when he had a so-called narcissistic injury was when one time I remember when I was seeing him and he asked me if I wanted to be his second girlfriend, and he was dead serious. And again, this is when I was like 21. I'm 28 now. But I remember he was like, did you want to be my second girlfriend? And he was like, did you want to be more than friends, or did you want to just keep it cool? And I told him I kept it cool. And I remember he got up and he like stormed in the kitchen and like had this fit, and I was like, why are you so mad? And he was like, nothing, he just kind of like let it go. And then I remember when I was like leaving, he gave me like this little fake hug. It was like a church hug. He didn't like, because normally like when I was dating him, we would hug each other, But when I told him like, hey, I'm not down to be your second girlfriend, I'm not doing that, you know what I mean? And he got mad and he gave me like this church hug. And then I thought it was done from that point. I didn't think that I was ever going to hear from him, but he ended up contacting me 2 weeks ago. And I think at that point in time, that was a narcissistic injury for him, And then in his mind, he was thinking like, okay, I'm going to get her back. And then, yeah, just like I said, anything you may say that differs from them could be a narcissistic injury, just anything. And then, let's see, the second narcissist that I dated, he he was a little bit more angry. I could kind of read that on him, like on his face and his like through his emotions, because we worked together and we did like telemarketing with that was the job that we worked at. And I remember like he'd be yelling at the customers on the phone, like getting angry, and I thought it was funny, like because he was funny to me. That's what attracted me to him, but he was also abusive and he was angry a lot. And I remember like he'd be yelling at those the callers on the phone. I'm thinking like, whoa, like I hope he don't be doing that to me, because he had moved his stuff into my apartment at the time, so we was like living with each other. And so yeah, that was crazy. And then I remember one time he did like raise his voice at me, and I said, like, why are you talking to me like that? Like who are you talking to? And that was a narcissistic injury, you know. And because I was like, why are you yelling? And he's like, oh, I'm not yelling. I was like, yes you are. Like that was a yell. Like there was no reason for you to raise your voice, you know. So again, that was a narcissistic injury. And actually have this little message or a meme that I found on Instagram, and I think it would be helpful for those of you that are still trying to figure out what is a narcissistic injury. Like when they spaz out, they have like, you know, they're basically attacking you, not like physically but emotionally, mentally, like just they get angry and, you know. So let's read this here. I got it from Instagram. It's called Narc Knowledge. You guys can follow that. And also be sure you guys are following me on Instagram at LiveNarcFree. All right. So it says narcissistic injury. It says any threat to a narcissist's outsized ego or self-esteem. Anything perceived as a threat to this false self or to their sense of dominance is considered a narcissistic injury. A real threat may be someone pointing out their lies, or challenging their dominance, or saying that the narcissist's needs should come second to our own. Sometimes it's not saying something causes the injury. When the narcissist does something, they often expect compliments, praise, no matter how small the thing is. Not receiving the praise or a compliment may be perceived as an insult, a criticism, or what they have done, and they respond to it as such. And there you guys have it. And I remember the second narcissist, what happened? I think this was kind of like when I guess we were in the devaluation stage, and he was like in the process of grooming his new victim or supply, whatever. I remember I had got mad because he kept showing up to work late, and to add the insult to injury, he was always hanging out with the manager that I didn't like. He knew that I didn't like him. He knew that he made me uncomfortable, and I just thought it was something about him that was just condescending. And I'm like thinking in my head, like, why is he still going out of his way to be around him, be his friend? Like, I just didn't get it, but now it makes total sense. So yeah, and then I remember what happened was he showed up work late, and then so there was someone that was next to me, because I was already taking the calls. I was doing like a call center job, and then he was like right on the other side, and I was like kind of waving at him, saying like, "Hey, what's up?" Da 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 da, like seeing what was going on. And I just remember I just got frustrated because I was like, I just wanted him to be there with me and like just talk or whatever. I just wanted to be close to him or whatever. And then something else happened. It was this new guy that was sitting in between us, and it was so-called like assigned seats or whatever. And so I think this was like after our lunch break. I had to go on the other side of the call center, and I had like picked up my stuff, and I looked at him, and I just like rolled my eyes. And I think that was a narcissistic injury. And what he ended up doing was he texted me. He was like, "Why'd you go to the other side?" And then I was saying because I wasn't there on time or something like that, because I think was running late, but my stuff was already there. But the fact that he was late, you know, it just kind of made things like go weird. But anyway, he was just texting me like, "Why did you go to the other side?" and I was just saying like blah blah blah, and he was like, oh, what are you doing such and such day? Like basically he was just trying to make it up, so he wanted to come over, and I told him that he wasn't able to come that day, and he ended up coming a later day. But that day that he came ended up being the last day he ever came to my place, and unfortunately we did have sex. But yeah, it was interesting. And I remember one of the times that we did it, I remember it was like the winter time, and after we got done, he like gave me this like crazy look. He was like, why would you turn the heat on or something like that high? And I'm thinking like, didn't we just finish having sex? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was real crazy, and that's how I knew. I was like, something is wrong with this dude. Like, he's not normal. But yeah, you guys, that's the narcissistic injury. Reasons why they do this is because, again, like they said on that message, it's their ego. It's something that they feel is going against their false self, and it's not real. So if you experience this, empathy to you. Yeah, this is something that they do. So thank you guys for watching my video. Please be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And once again, if you wanted to book a coaching session, go ahead and email me at livenarcfree9. And if you just want to be generous and give a donation to my channel and supporting me, I'll leave that link below as well. If you have a question or concern, if you want me to make a video about a question of yours, leave that as well in the comment box. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.